Welcome to Chiefs C4 Podcast, where cops, cars, and current events are the preferred topics of discussion. Kyle McPhee, aka The Chief, is a retired 31-year veteran detective of the Michigan State Police, an avid hot rod builder, an automotive connoisseur, a Native American, and the proud father of two sons, both members of the U.S. Army Michigan National Guard. This podcast is not intended for the weak in heart. Alpha males are always welcome, and honest opinions are always given. Now buckle your seatbelt. You are now entering the no snowflake zone.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Chiefs C4 Podcast. Thanks for stopping in. Today's just a short update video. I wanted to address a couple things. Many of you may have seen the YouTube shorts and the Instagram reels and the TikTok videos that I've been making titled Shit I Saw at the Gym. And some people get a little bit butthurt about it, but it's not, my commentary is from observations that I'm making while I'm at the gym. And people say, well, you have no right to make judgment. And I'm not judging anybody. You can go do it. Like I said in one of my videos, if you want to go in there and do spinning wheel kicks and backflips and fake jump roping like Rocky and all the theatrics that we see every day, don't expect somebody to not bring it up and talk about it. It's unusual behavior. It's called Planet Fitness, not Planet Sideshow, like I've said many times. And, look, I'm a trained observer. Okay, I did 31 years in law enforcement. Things catch my eye. I look for things listen, I'm simply finishing up a workout sitting on a stationary bike doing about 30 minutes of cardio to end my workout with this whole theater in front of me to watch. I don't watch the CNN news and all the TVs up there. I'm watching people. First of all, I don't want to be a victim of one of these crazy bastards that comes in a place and starts shooting. I want to be able to see it coming a little bit. So I'm watching. Okay, I'm looking around. I'm seeing this bizarre behavior. Yes, mental health is really off the charts right now. I'm going to admit that. I don't know what's causing it. I think people have lost the coping mechanisms that we have had. I mean, people just aren't able to cope with things. And I don't know if that's prescription drug related, illicit drug related, social media related, video game. I don't know what it is, but it wasn't like this several years ago when I was younger. I didn't see this kind of behavior as much. So I don't know. I don't know what causes it. I'm just seeing it and calling it out as unusual and quite entertaining as well on occasion, because to me it's a form of entertainment. So I'm not using anybody's name. I'm not even putting their photo or their videos up like a lot of other YouTube sites do. I'm just giving you commentary on what I saw. So somebody in the comments said, you're just some fat old man. What do you have the right to talk about people working out and the form that they use? And you're right. I'm 56 years old. I'm up there, right? I beat the piss out of my body for most of my life. And I'm just trying to maintain so I can add a few years to the ending calendar, if you know what I mean. If you need to know, I lived the bodybuilding lifestyle for about 10 years of my life. Probably, let's see, it would have been 85 to 95. I have posted on some of my social media my workout diaries from then. I kept day-to-day workout diaries and stuff, and posted. What I'm doing now is going back and I'm pulling some of those daily diaries and then replicating the workout to see if I can still do it. Obviously, I can't do the weight that I used to do when I was doing that stuff every day, because I lifted heavy every day for 10 years. I lived the life. I was drug-free. I didn't do I wasn't on the gas or anything like that. I just found that to be kind of my happy place. I went to the gym for 2-3 hours a day. especially when I was single guy. I could do that. And then when I got married and had kids, that wasn't the case anymore. And kind of life, gets in the way, and you I quit doing the that lifestyle and left the gym for many years because of injuries that were coming up. I played football, and a lot of my old football injuries are coming up, and did lifting heavy every day took its toll on me. So I had some injuries. I couldn't go in the gym for several years, and then so I stayed away. And then I retired a few years back, and I wanted to. I had a really bad low back for years, and I could not get past it, and I didn't want to have surgery. And I started getting back injections from a local doctor here. He's a specialist in spinal issues, and I was getting I don't know what the hell they call them, but they're injections into the spinal, and they hit the nerve, so it kills the pain signal. So it doesn't fix it anything; it's just killing the pain signal, so you can continue to function. And that's kind of what I was doing for the last, I don't know, 3, 4, 5 years. And see, sometime in the fall, I decided that I was going to go back in for another round. I hadn't had a round of shots in a long time, and I was really having, I felt like I couldn't do anything, and I felt like my strength was going away. And so I went in, got another round, and I don't know what he did this time, but the last shot that he gave me was like a switch was flipped, and the back pain that I was having was gone. I still have like the morning ache, getting out of bed thing, but the stinging pulses that I was getting, they're gone. And so I said, shit, why not? Now is a good time to get back in the gym, because I couldn't lift or anything before. So I decided to get back in the gym, and I was going through some personal stuff at the time. I lost my mother in November, and my son got deployed to the Middle East in the military. So we had a lot going on here, and I needed a little bit of a stress outlet. And so I went back to the gym, and I got back in there, and I got past those first 2 weeks of soreness and uncomfortability, and man, it started to feel like the old days again. The strength started to come back. I started to dial in my diet a little bit better. I still need to work on that part of the whole thing, but um, I started feeling really good. I started getting more energetic, and I'm sore if I overdo it. I still have the mentality that I need to put more weight on, and I got to catch myself when I'm at the gym and say, look, no, let's cut that down. So I'm getting better about just cutting the weight down. I'm really big on form. I mean, for Christ's sakes, this was a book I read like daily for 10 years. I mean, I was a, you know, Arnold Schwarzenegger disciple. I copied his exercises and everything he did. Obviously, I didn't get to that level. I wasn't a competing bodybuilder. I just lived the lifestyle. I did get in really good shape, and I think I got up to about 225, 230. I don't know. I probably had 10% body fat, for an everyday guy. That's pretty good. I didn't I didn't compete. I didn't feel comfortable enough to do that. It was all really, for me, it was more of a discipline thing. I was working the road at the time. I needed to be able to handle myself. And so when I was younger, that's a lot of the reason that I got into that, was to just have a fitness level that would, help me survive on the job. And so, yeah, I'm old school bodybuilding, thought process. When I go into these new gym, when I first walked back into, I belonged to Planet Fitness. I figured they have the nicest stuff that I went into a local Y here, and everything was old, and it was 3 times the cost, and it was kind of a shit show there. So I just went into Planet Fitness, and I had been there before as a guest of one of my kids, and I knew what it was about. But man, when I went back in there every day and started, what a change of what is in the gym compared to what was in the gym when I was going years ago. I mean, really has changed. And I don't know. Sorry about the 3D printer in the background there. I'm working on a little project. So that's one of my other hobbies. Yeah, the environment within the gym has really changed, and they love to advertise no judgment zones and no critics and all that kind of stuff. Whatever. That's marketing stuff, and I guess that means everybody's welcome. But I'm still going to call out bizarre behavior when I see it. Sometimes it's I feel bad for somebody that needs some help. What really makes me sad in there is there's a lot of elderly people going there. I mean, 70s and 80s. There's people there with walkers, which, my goodness, um, that that takes a lot of courage. And what kind of drive do you got to have to go in a gym like that when you have to push a walker or you're on oxygen? I'm envious of those people. I'm very envious of those people, and I'd love to have a conversation with some of them, but they have not been taught the proper way to use weights. I mean, if they want to go and ride the stationary bikes or the treadmill, whatever, but they're trying to lift weights and they're trying to lift too much weight. They're very old and brittle, and they're not using the proper form. And I'm just worried that one of them is going to get hurt. And it's not my place to say anything, but I mean, if I'm the owner of a gym and I would be training my employees to, at least maybe make a contact with somebody when they're that old, when they sign up and say, hey, you want us to run it through? And maybe they do. Maybe they're just not getting the right instruction. I don't know. But it's hard to watch when these older people are just struggling with too much weight, and they're, these older gentlemen are trying to, I saw a guy in his 80s with a weight belt and probably 140 pounds soaking wet, and he's trying to standing curl like way too much weight, and he's throwing his back into it. I mean, the worst possible form, and it's like he's going to get injured. He's there to try to, create some mobility and strength for his older year, but he's creating more injuries, and it's just hard to watch for me. I feel bad for the older folks in there, but it's not my place, so I don't say anything, and it is what it is. If one of them was to come over and talk and create a conversation, I would offer to help, but I'm not going to do that, because God bless my mother, man. She taught me a lot of things when I was young. She had a lot of sayings too. She has some great. One of the things that she used to repeatedly tell me and my brother is, mind your own business. She really went out of her way to say, mind your own business. And I still to this day try to do that. I'm a very private person. Um, hell, people could be probably making fun of me in there, but I, I don't know. I try to keep to myself, but I do observe a lot of things in the gym, and I feel bad for some of the people, but on the other hand, some of them are just entertaining as hell to watch when they're doing their thing. I'm not kidding on these YouTube short videos that I post. I'm not kidding. I see this stuff, and it's quite entertaining. It's quite entertaining. It keeps me coming back, I think. What do they say? Just getting to the gym some days is the hardest part. Once you're there, you normally can do your thing, but sometimes just getting there and I can just look forward to what I'm going to see. So it is what it is. If you don't like what I have to say about it, I guess you can scroll past those videos and you don't have to watch them. But I'm going to continue to do commentary on what I see. So that's how it's going to go. As far as my previous bodybuilding life, yeah, I revert right back to it. I'm a firm believer in proper form, working out with weights at a slow rate, so you don't injure yourself. And I've done a lot of research on a lot of this stuff. I follow a lot of doctors and that kind of stuff that are in that realm, and I try to do things the right way. So yeah, some of the made up exercises that I see are quite comical, but I'm gonna keep doing it. So other than that, not much happening. My son's still deployed in the Middle East. We do have usually daily contact with him, unless he's off on a secret mission. He's in a pretty rough area over there. He missed the earthquake that they had over there by about 300 miles, so he's okay. So he's in that region. That's all pretty much I can say about his location. But we're sending him stuff over there, and it takes about, I don't know, 3 weeks, sometimes 4 weeks to get stuff to him. But um, we found out that Amazon actually delivers directly to their base where they're at, so that's worked out pretty good too. So, uh it's winter. It's a weird winter here in Michigan. Normally I'd be snowmobiling already, but winter has come and it has gone, and it's come and gone. Hasn't made up its mind if it's going to stay winter or not. So the sleds are still on the trailer, and we haven't taken a ride. So we'll see. A lot of times March comes in pretty hard up north, and we'll get up there and take a ride in March probably. So looking forward to that. Yeah, I'm doing my 3D thing back here. Some of you who know me might know I'm really into the large scale, pro scale RC remote control cars, trucks, crawlers, monster trucks, dragsters, um, boats, the whole bit. And I've posted some videos of those up in the past. But sometimes I'm making parts and display stands and stuff like that for um, the RC cars and that kind of thing on the 3D printer. I love the 3D printer. It's really cool. You can get really creative on that thing. Make things that you would have to buy normally. You can just make them, which I love. Being an old mechanic and being out in the garage working on our hot rods and that kind of stuff and fabricating stuff, and that's right up my alley. So I enjoy getting a little bit creative with the 3D printer. Baseball season's coming up now. I looking forward to it. I love baseball season. I really do. Normally I watch every Tigers game. And I got into fantasy baseball when I retired. And I enjoyed it, but the league that I was in, I think it's like $150 to join or whatever, and you can win like 1,000 or whatever if you win the league. But whew, man, it was very competitive. That was a lot of cutthroat stuff going on, and a lot of like guys like at 2-3 in the morning are up doing trades and hitting free. There was a lot to it. It was a grind if you wanted to stay competitive with it. And I just don't know if I'm going to do it this year. It takes a lot of time. Every day you got to get your lineup ready. You got to know who's hurt and who's not. And I don't know. I like just watching baseball. I don't know if I actually want to join and play fantasy baseball this year. I might take the year off. I played fantasy football with I don't know what 8-10 of our friends, and that went pretty well because it's just a small group, and it's not as I guess you only have certain so many positions. They don't play every position like baseball. I mean, you got to have every position covered in baseball. So football was a little bit easier to do. So that's pretty much it. Baseball season's coming up. I'm looking forward to that. I like going to the local AAA baseball team here in Lansing, the Lansing Lugnuts. I like going to their games and stuff. It's entertainment for me. It's relaxation for me. So I look forward to that when the weather breaks. Taking a trip with my wife and some of our friends. We're going south at the end of April. We're going to Hilton Head, I believe, area, maybe down Savannah, Georgia area. So I'd never been to those places, so I'm looking forward to that little getaway for a week. And we may post some videos down there of the crew when that happens. And we're trying to debate whether my wife's 50th birthday is coming up. Yes, she's much younger than me. In the fall. And we've debated on whether to take a trip to Hawaii. Never been there. It's one of bucket lists for her, and thinking of taking a trip out there. If any of you has been there, let me know how you liked it. But the things I'm hearing is a week's not enough. Maybe 2 is what's needed there. So I don't know. We haven't booked it yet. We were kind of waiting to see what the whole economy and all that, but I don't want to wait too late. If we're going to get on it, I want to order these plane tickets and that kind of stuff within the next month or so. So we have to make that decision if we're going to go or not. So that's in the works as well. That's pretty much it, folks. That's pretty much the update here at the Chiefs Man Cave. If you haven't checked us out on our YouTube shorts, give them a look. YouTube got real pissy about those things because I was using the word shit, and I don't know, I might have said the word dork or something. They get all butthurt about it. Whatever. If you don't find them, there, if they don't show up or I get shadow banned there, you can find them on my Instagram reels at Chief C4 Podcast, TikTok, Chief C4 Podcast. They're all listed there. So check them out, see what you think, and give me some feedback. And hopefully we'll have some good content coming up. I can get some good interviews going, and we'll try to keep things rolling along here. So give us a like, share, and subscribe to the channel if you would. I appreciate you stopping by the Chief C4 Podcast. Take care, everybody.